Okay guys, today's section is section 1.5 and it deals with rounding whole numbers and decimals. It's going to be pretty easy, so I trust you'll get through this pretty quickly. So here we go. Okay, so how to round? Two steps you have to take. First step is you have to find the place to which you're asked to round. So if it asks you to round to the millions place, 10 millions place, to the cents place, to 100th place, you just have to find that place first. Then step 2, you have to look at the number to the right of that place. Now, if the number to the right of that place is 5 or greater, the digit in the place you round to will increase by 1. And if the number is 4 or less, the digit in the place you round to will stay the same. Okay, so let's see exactly how this works. So we're going to round these whole numbers to the underlined place. So I'm going to do the first one, and then you're going to try the second one on your own. So this first one, this is the underlined place that you were asked to round to. You have to look to the right of it. So the number to the right is a 2. 2 is less than 4, so it's 4 or less, okay? Which means that this 3 will stay the same, okay? So number to the right is 4 or less, so 3 will stay the same. So then I'm just going to write it out as, I'm going to continue writing it just how it is until I get to that place. And then after I get to that place, I'm going to replace everything else with zeros. And that's it. So try this next one on your own for a couple seconds and then press play again and see if you got it right. Okay, so let's see if you did get this right. So this is the place you're asked to round to. So there is a 9 in this place, and then you have a 7 to the right of it. So since 7 is greater than 5, so it's 5 or greater, this number, the 9, will go up 1. Now, we're going to end up running into a problem here because, well, if 9 goes up 1, it will become a 10. So in that case, this will become a 0, and this next number, this 2, will go up 1, which will become a 3. So you will have 97, then 432, and then let me just copy this just the way it was. So this 9 right here, the 9 will become a 10. Since this is a 10, this will become a 0, and you're going to do plus 1 right there. So the actual answer is going to be 97, what is that, million? 430. Remember, we added 1, 3,000. This is going to be a 0, and the rest are also zeros. Okay, so if the number that you're rounding is a 9 and you have to round it up, and it will become a 10, you just go another number to the left and it will become 1 bigger. Alright, next let's look at the decimals. So I'm going to do the first one and I will ask you to try the next two by yourselves. So with decimals it works exactly the same way. So you look at the place that you're asked to round to, and you look to the right of it, and you can see if it's 4 or less or 5 or greater. So 2 is, 4 or less, which means this 9 will stay exactly the same. So this is 0.49 stays the same, and you could replace the rest of it with zeros, but you don't have to because the zeros at the end of the decimal don't do anything. So try these next two by yourselves and see if you got them right in a few moments. Okay, so let's see if you got these right. So this 0 right here in the 10th place is what you have to round to. And the number to the right is a 3. So 3 is a 4 or less, which means the 0 will stay the same. So it's going to be 0.0, or well, 0.0 is just 0. So all this means is that this number is really close to nothing. This next one, the 2 is in the ones place, and this works exactly the same across the decimal point. So we look to the right, and to the right we have a 5. So 5 is, same as 5, so it has to be 5 or greater in order to make this number go up 1. So this 2 will become a 3, and everything else will go away. Now you could write 0.000, but remember, zeros to the right of the decimal point on the end don't do anything. So this 2.598 is very close to 3. That's what you round it up to. Okay, so that's it, and going to do some work on this tomorrow. Bring your questions.